already. For this year, the exams are in India, but as the people are saying, maybe due to COVID, but generally, when they will conduct the exams in India, definitely after that they will continue. But that is, you can see for the time being, they said that now the exams will be there in India for this year. So the chances are there that they will continue after this year also. Now, generally, as you all know that we teach in a quarter one subject. Quarterly basis, either ACCA or CIMA classes we conduct, and the live classes we conduct for one subject in each level. Like for CIMA, operational level 1 subject, management level 1 subject, strategic level 1 subject. Similarly, in ACCA, knowledge level 1 subject, skill level 1 subject, and in professional level 1 subjects. In all the levels, since the syllabus is 80-90% common, so generally the CIMA and ACCA classes are together for all the subjects. Just that you can say that in ACCA, whenever the classes are there relating to accounting part, you can say that at the higher level accounting part, that is not in CIMA syllabus that much. So that class is separate. Similarly for CIMA, when the case study classes are there, you can say operational case study, management case study, then the ACCA students cannot come in that because that is not relevant for them. So some differences are there, which I am not questioning, but 70-80% is common syllabus area. So the classes are conducted together. Now, because of this COVID, the ACCA exams are not there in June. They have already announced that the exam will be there in September only. ACCA Institute has announced that for this coming quarter, in June, there will not be any exam in most of the countries, not the entire world, but they have given a list of around 25-30 countries where there will not be any exam in June. ACCA exams are quarterly basis. It's not on demand exam. So June exam is not there. Straight away September. We are teaching for ACCA one subject which is related with accounting, IFRS. When we started that subject around the 11th of March for June, then after 15-20 days it came that the exam will not be there. Now the student, those who are preparing for June, they cannot give exam in June because there is no exam in June. So for that reason, since the exam will be there straight away in September, why to lose our time? So we designed a strategy around 7-8 days back that we will be studying two subjects one day. That is one day, the subject which is running, which is accounts, IFRS, and another day we will be running another subject. So that even though the exams are not there in June, they are in September. Then for September, we will be able to prepare two subjects. That the ACCA strategy. The students will be giving exam in September for two subjects so that their time will not be lost. They will be able to prepare the two subjects in the normal time, that is 6 months, and they will be giving exam for two subjects. For the time being, the CIMA classes was not on the card for this quarter, for June quarter, because already the entire schedule was busy. I had a plan that in the month of June, we will be starting this AFM classes for September. So then at that time, the CIMA F3 can be done together. So there was no plan for starting F3 classes for June. But then we realized that around 8 to 10 days back that the exams will not be there in June. For that reason, we planned that it is better to save time and start the classes AFM also simultaneously so that the student can study both the subjects as far as ACCA is concerned. Now when I am starting AFM, that is, I will say not 70-80, around 90% related with F3. So for that reason, you can say that both the type of student can do the classes together. But the frequency of the class will not be a normal frequency 2 days a week. No, it will be only one single day, that is on Wednesday morning at 7:30. So with one class in a week, it will not be possible to complete it less than, I can say, 5 months, because I generally take around approximately 20 to 25 classes. So that will be taking around, you can say, approximately 5 months. For that reason, I have written September 2020. Now, as far as CIMA exams are concerned, you already know that CIMA exams will be direct from home from the month of May. They have not shared the total details, but the institute will share the total detail within 2 3 days only. It is expected to be shared in this week, but maybe 1 or 2 days delay. For the time being in India, there is no CIMA exams going on because all lockdown and everything. But they have already decided that whether it's a case study exam, whether it's an objective type question paper, that is E3, P3, F3 or any level, all exams of CIMA will be direct from home. Now CIMA is not saying this only due to COVID. CIMA is saying this forever. The exams of CIMA will not be held in any exam center. It will be happening at the student place wherever the student is staying. So the question is that what will be the nitty-gritties of the software which is required while giving exams and all that, that they will share, you can say, in maximum 1 week. So now that is good that for CIMA we don't have to go anywhere for giving the exam. Somebody will say that whether there will be change in the exam fees, I can't say. Let them come, let them explain, then we will understand whether there will be reduction in the fees or not. I can just say that if somebody has, you can say, very old type of computer system or something, there will be some minimum requirements for giving the exams. So definitely if some of the students may don't have that system, they cannot arrange, then the exams will be there in the exam center only for those types of students. That type of thing they will be bringing. But it is very early to say without getting a confirmation from the institute. All those exams which are going to held for case study in May 2020, they will be direct from home. There is no exam center. They have already communicated. Just that the detail they will share with all of us, students and the learning partner, everybody, you can say by 10th of May. So already 8th of May, I think that decision will be coming within 2 3 days. Don't know. Let them see. I'm just thinking that suppose I'm sitting now and suppose I'm giving exam on this screen. Suppose I'm giving exam on this screen. My thing arises that how can it will be ethical? How can I will not be able to take help of anybody? I can understand that if in front of the screen somebody is sitting along with me, then the camera will capture. So you can say that somebody can sit if want to help me distant. But then when I'm taking the exam, why I will see there always? Why I will hear anything? So there will be control that during the time of exam, whether it's a objective type exam 90 minutes or it's a case study exam 3 hours, they will be recording everything, which they are already doing earlier also. Because the CIMA exams, when they are in the exam center, the results are not announced at that time only. It is just provisional. The confirmation we get after 48 hours, because they go through with the recordings and they check that whether the student has applied any unfair means or not. So that control they need to take care. Otherwise, giving exam in exam center on screen or giving exam by sitting in home on screen, there is no difference because it's not a copy pen based exam. So for that reason, relating to exams, what will be the detail? They will be sharing, we will come to know. But when we are starting this F3 subjects as far as CIMA is concerned, the reason I have written September 2020 because the frequency of the class will not be a normal frequency. So it cannot be completed in 3 months for that reason. Because the other classes are already going on. You can say that I would be starting this by, you can say, June 10th. since we are starting earlier, but the completion date is same. The target is to complete by the end of August. So April, May, June, July, August, 5 months. We will be completing the F3 syllabus in 5 months. And similarly for ACCA, we will complete AFM in 5 months. There will be one class, live class on Wednesday morning at 7:30. Now, before going into further detail how we will study, first of all, I am going into, you can say, ACCA syllabus, so that we can understand that nowadays it's a 90% common area. ACCA syllabus and CIMA F3 common areas. First, suppose whatever material has been shared with all of you earlier, my team will share with you the materials again once the class will be over. Those are same material only. Maybe you can say some restructuring is done in the material, so that you will get say around 11:30 maximum by that time. If you have old material, you can delete them and you can keep these new material. So for the timing, don't worry, whatever I am sharing, you will get those materials. If I will go with ACCA syllabus, we can say topic wise there are 14 topics. But if we say area wise, first of all, the basic introduction, what is the job of finance manager, what a finance person do. Then investment appraisal. Under investment appraisal, there are two topics. One is basic investment appraisal, which is assumed knowledge by any student in strategic level or professional level in ACCA. Then you can see foreign projects. You are doing a project outside the country, foreign cash flows are involved, some extra things need to be considered, that area is extra. But investment appraisal is same as old knowledge, but that is included as a separate chapter, you can see syllabus. This I say one area, investment appraisal, capital budgeting, long-term investment decisions. Then the another area, financing decisions. Financing means whether the funds should be raised through debt, through equity, whatever earnings the company is generating, if they will distribute as dividend, then for doing the project they need funds from outside. But if they distribute less dividend, then the earnings can be used in the new project. So investment, financing. You can say financing decisions are covered in two topics, financing and dividend. Financing of debt and equity. Dividend is also financing only, because if you are generating income and you are using in the business, so you need to give less dividend only. So dividend decision will affect your financing decision. So debt, equity and dividend decisions. And then whatever funds you raise, you need to think about cost of capital, capital structure. How can the cost of capital will go down? What should be the best structure possible? So you can say that under financing, the source of fund and the cost of capital of those funding options, that is covered in four topics: financing decision, dividend decision, weighted average cost of capital, and risk adjusted and adjusted present value. Those all four topics, I will say that as a part of financing decisions. I can say that in chapter number 7, when they are talking about adjusted present value and something, that can be correlated with investment appraisal, because in place of NPV, we will be calculating adjusted present value. That we can say. But the basic part is risk adjusted WACC. So that is a part of financing only. So the four topics, chapter 4, 5, 6, 7, each financing. Then we can say option pricing. Option pricing, why they have considered, you can say, correlating the share market. Or if I ignore the share market, then in that case, organizations which are dealing in products and all that, how they can hedge themselves. For that, they need to have some knowledge of effect on the price of their product or services because of changes in the market variables. You can say black school, binomial option, the models, that is covered in a separate topic as option pricing. Then you can say in every business, there are risks. But here the concentration is on financial risk, not every type of risk. basic financial risk in any business. So they have given a chapter introduction to risk, which is saying all the different types of risk which can arise in a business, and then focus each on foreign exchange risk and interest rate risk. I will say that financial risk are divided into three categories. One is political risk, one is foreign exchange risk, and one is interest rate risk. How can we hedge them? Those organizations which have foreign cash, foreign operations, how they will be able to hedge the foreign exchange risk and interest rate risk, whether we have borrowed, whether we have invested, or may have not borrowed, but because of change in the interest rate, our business is going to be affected. How can we manage that? Those are treated as financial risk. So I will say that the financial risk, they have included three topics: chapter 9, chapter 10, chapter 11. And then you can see inorganic expansion. Organic expansion. In case of organic expansion, we develop our own plant, machinery, everything. But in case of inorganic, we take over another organization. So when we take over another organization, their valuations, mergers, synergistic benefits, that is included in the balance topics. Strategic aspects of acquisition, business valuation, corporate failure, and reconstructions. Those three topics are related with inorganic capital expansion. That is inorganic expansion in the organization. When they will think of taking over another organization, then what are the things we need to take into consideration? How the synergistic benefit can be estimated? How the business valuations can be done? I will say that the second and third topic, which is investment appraisal, that is, you can say, organic. You are purchasing plant, machinery, installing them and all that. This is inorganic. So capital budgeting is of two types: organic, inorganic. Organic is chapter number 2, 3, and inorganic is chapter number 12, 13 and 14. And then you can say that some extra question, some past term question which is not a topic. So we can say divide the syllabus into introduction, the job or responsibility of finance manager, what a finance manager do in the company, maybe a finance manager or a senior finance manager, a finance director also. Then the long-term capital budgeting, organic expansion, then source of funding, debt, equity, dividend, cost of capital, then option pricing, because finance without understanding of options is nowadays not relevant. So options pricing, option things. Then you can say that financial risk, foreign exchange risk, interest rate risk, political risk, and then inorganic capital budgeting, inorganic expansion, mergers, acquisitions, business valuations, synergistic benefit, whether the consideration should be given in cash or in shares. Those things are covered in ACCA syllabus. This is ACCA syllabus guidelines. Now I am going into CIMA F3 syllabus. Now Akash had shared earlier the PDF copy. He has taken the, you can say, efforts to convert the online material into PDF material. So we have the PDF material of E3, P3, F3 now. As I said, we will share after the class, don't worry. But I am opening that PDF material, the E3, P3, F3 PDF material. Now there is a problem, Akash, that the index or content page wise is not printed here. I will make, because I have not seen that earlier. I was seeing today only, then I realized that the index is not there. That means I will do one work, that the chapter wise page number I will mention. Not a problem for the time being. We are going through the material, what is included in the syllabus. No, not many times it is not available in the original book also. There are many books I have found that when we purchase, we don't have. So many times we need to prepare it separately. There are many subjects for which I have prepared. We will prepare. Don't worry, I will prepare. Because otherwise we need to go page wise. It is very difficult to correlate. We will prepare. Don't worry, it's a job of 5 minutes. We will do. I'm not doing now. Or we can say that I will do just now only. 1 second. As far as CIMA syllabus, they are saying that the total 100 marks is divided into 4 parts. One is financial policy decisions, which is 15%. The second is source of funding, which is 25%. Third is financial risk, which is 20%. And fourth is business valuation, which is 40%. I'm going into detail, but you understand that financial policy decisions, which is you can say basic financial statement analysis on the basis of analyzing what should be done, or you can say that while taking a financial decisions, it's not only we will consider cash flows or everything, we'll consider the economy, society, everything. So for that reason, that is a, I will say, numerical is very less, which is a theoretical area, but there are one or two topics included in that. Source of funding is financing, debt, equity, dividend, cost of capital, capital structure. Financial risk, again foreign exchange risk, interest rate risk, and then you can say the basic introduction relating to risk. This financial risk was earlier there in the P3 syllabus. Now this has been taken to F3 syllabus. So earlier the financial risk area we study in CIMA syllabus in P3. Now that is taken here in F3. And then the business valuation, which is mergers, acquisitions, valuations, then synergistic benefit, then valuation of the companies, whether it is doable or not, whether it should be done or not, that is business valuations. You can understand that without going into the topics, there is not a single area which they are saying different than what is there. Just only one area. Which one? If I will say the investment appraisal area, organic expansion, capital budgeting, that is not still there. One second. These are, first of all, the topic name. One second, I am preparing this. It will be better for later for us. And I will share that with all of you. Let me prepare. It is better. So as per the institute guidelines, the first topic is strategic financial objectives, which is from, now whenever we open a PDF copy, there are two page number. One is the page number on the top, which is you can say 17, and one is the page number 1 here. I am writing this page number because it is convenient for us. Page number 17 till. Strategic financial objective. Under strategic financial objective, they are talking about different types of organization, because the financial objective of a profit oriented organization, government organization, not for profit oriented, need to be decided based on the stakeholders, based on their outcome, based on their mission, vision and everything. So that they have explained, which was there in the earlier syllabus also. The first topic is same as per the earlier syllabus and new syllabus. Just the difference is that the financial risk part, which was there in P3, that is taken to F3. how the financial strategies should be designed and all that. That the topic, the common topic is there in ACCA, the first topic. They have not mentioned it as a financial strategy, but ultimately those things are mentioned in the first topic only. Some ratio analysis and all that, financial statement analysis. That topic was up till page number 78, non-financial objectives. Then the second topic is non-financial objectives. You can see that the financing decisions are not in isolation. We cannot think only about NPV, IRR, positive cash flow. We need to think about other aspects also while taking any financial objective. So you can see that they have included a topic as non-financial objective, triple E's, integrated reporting, global reporting initiative, which all was there earlier. There is nothing new. The integrated reporting and all that was there earlier also. So that is from page number 79. I can say that this integrated reporting and all that in ACCA syllabus is included in another subject as BL. And as far as CIMA, when I was teaching CIMA in the previous batch E3, the integrated report, some portions was included there also. So you can see that integrated reporting they have included in F3 also, and they have included in P3, E3 also. But the major part in F3. I can say that these two first topics, that is also not chapter wise, that is also the area wise ABCD. I have seen that. It is chapter wise. I have not seen because I was searching, but I didn't found chapter wise. Not a problem. This is 124. So 124. Third topic is development of financial strategy. From 125. What is included in that? Financing and investment decisions. You can see source of fund and dividend decisions. This was earlier a separate topic named as, what do you say, equity, debt. Now they are mixing both the two. In the old syllabus, it was separate topics. I will check whether they have given separate topics or not. But you can say that they are explaining the financial management in this topic. Investment, financing, and dividend decisions. Debt, equity. You can say that our financing decision depends upon when we will raise funds through any source, then how it is going to affect our financials. Because ultimately, the public document is financials only. So they have given an introduction in that, And then they are going into one by one debt, equity, and all that. Financing, equity finance. This is from page 157. So this is 156. Financing, equity finance, 127. 157. So what are the different types of equity? Private equity, IPO, FPO. Then you can say listing. What are the norms for listing? What is required? Rights issue, theoretical X right price, and all that. Then you can say under equity, they have covered preference shares also, book building process, all the things which are included. That is as a chapter called equity. Then must be debt. Financing through debt, 191. So this is 190. Chapter 5. Long-term debt, borrowings, cost of debt, and all that, all those things explained. Benefit of debt as compared to equity, disadvantage of debt. With the debt, they have explained lease versus buy also, because leasing is a part of debt only. So you can see borrowings from banks for long-term, debenture issues, then lease versus buy, debt advantage or disadvantage as compared to equity, whether the company should go for debt or not. That is financing through debt. Then cost of capital, capital structure, financing capital structure. This is 225. So this is 224. Cost of capital, cost of equity, cost of debt, weighted average cost of capital, different models to explain the cost of capital, which model is more relevant, practical approach to cost of capital. That is cost of capital, capital structure. Then dividend policy separately, page 263. So this is 262. So dividend policy. Whether the company should pay dividend or not. What are the things we need to consider while paying dividend? Effect on the share price of the company, positive, negative, what should be the dividend policy? That is covered in dividend policy chapter. This is a new area included in F3, which was there earlier in P3, financial risk. page 291, 298, financial risk, 291. This is taken from P3 syllabus. There is no new introduction. It's just that taken from P3 syllabus to here. Political risk, interest rate risk, currency risk. That is exact topic was there with comma full stop in P3. That is taken from P3 to F3. It's a reshuffling. Then the currency risk again taken from P3. $331. Earlier these chapters were there in P3. Now they have taken to F3. I think this is more logical distinction. As compared to earlier, it was included under P3 as a risk part, but this is financial risk. So it should be covered under financial portion only. There is not a single question they have added extra. Same thing which is there in P3 just pasted here. This must be interest rate risk. Yes. Interest rate risk management. 405. 404. 10 number. Interest rate risk management, which we can say interest rate risk. The same thing which is there in P3 earlier in 2018 syllabus, 15 syllabus, that is taken, shifted from P3 to F3. Financial strategic implications of mergers and acquisitions. They started with mergers. 449. Financing and strategic implications of mergers. 449, which was earlier there in F3 only, a basic introduction relating to merger, why the two companies merge together, why the takeover arises, what can be the financial benefit, advantage, disadvantage of merger, then explaining about demergers also, basic introduction about that, those things has been covered. This was a part of F3 only in the earlier syllabus also. Then come business valuation, asset-based valuation, cash flow-based valuation, earning-based valuation. Business valuation, which is 487. So 486, 12. Business valuations. $487. What are the methods for valuation? The nitty-gritty is in those methods. Which method is suitable in which case? And you can see that in practical life, whenever the mergers takeover happens, what are the options or the total detail available for valuations. Pricing issues and post transaction issue. All these topics were there in F3 only earlier. So this is 553. Pricing issues and post transaction issues. 552. That is, you can see that why the merger fails. Why that post transaction issue, that when the two companies come together, why the failure arises? What can be the reasons? Earlier they used to give one, you can see question paper, not a problem. They are not giving any question paper. So it is 553 till 576. Then what are 20 pages? All the vocabularies only. Nothing. 576. Now, if I will say common area with ACCA F3, the strategic financial objective, and you can see non-financial objective, that is chapter 1 in ACCA. This is also chapter 1 in ACCA. Development of financial strategy, debt, equity is chapter number, I will say, that is after the investment appraisal. From financing, chapter number 4 to 7. Chapter number 4 to 7. Chapter 4 to 7. This financing of debt, financing of equity, dividend decisions, those all are related with those chapters. Then this is financial risk. We can see that chapter numbers 9 to 11. Chapter number 9 to 11. Chapter 9 to 11. Then the business valuations, which coming 12, 13 and 14. Chapter 12 to 14. I will say in ACCA, investment decisions is equal to in CIMA, in CIMA P3. The investment appraisal, foreign projects, sensitivity analysis, that is investment area is still there in P3, that is not taken to F3. That is the only numerical area in P3 which is left, because all the numerical practical part they have shifted to F3. In CIMA is still one practical part, numerical part is still left, which is NPV, IRR, then APV. All the investment appraisals are still there in P3. In CIMA F3, integrated reporting, GRI guidelines. This is there in A3, but in ACCA this is there in SBL. They have not covered in this syllabus area. Then I can say that in ACCA, options, separate topic, but in CIMA, it is included in currency risk and interest rate risk. So ACCA syllabus wise giving option pricing a different topic, but in CIMA there is no separate topic, but the areas relating to basic understanding of option variables, which is you can say spot price, stock price, money, current price, then you can say fair value, then volatility, then interest rate, time to maturity, application of Black-Scholes model. In ACCA, Black-Scholes questions are there. Based on formula, some questions are there. But in CIMA, they don't ask questions based on formulas. So I can say that in ACCA, slightly more detailing is there relating to option pricing. Now, I can say that now F3 syllabus is very interesting. Reason for interesting, generally, most of the students don't like theory. We don't like theory because theory can be written the same thing in 100 ways, different books, different write-up. But the numerical part, whether maybe there are different problems, but if we understand, we can correlate it. So in F3, nowadays most of the parts other than the first area 15%, all are huge numericals involved.